your season to live out your reason. Just do you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?
Welcome to another Authentically You Imprint show. We are super excited to be here again tonight.
Here we are, another week of spotlighting.
Yes, we come across some of the most fascinating people in our everyday walk of life. People we've known, did not know that they do so many wonderful, fantastic things. And now that we get a chance to sit and talk with them, we're finding out that they have been involved with some things we had no clue about.
Yeah, isn't that totally amazing? She cut me off when I was saying last week we celebrated somebody's birthday. Yeah, somebody had their 60th birthday on last week. We did some crazy stuff all over the place.
Amazing week.
But we enjoyed it. We had planned to be out of the country. That was our plan.
That was the plan.
But COVID hit, and
here we are.
Here we are. But we had a great time celebrating somebody.
And somebody would be me.
Doesn't she look fabulous? Doesn't she look fabulous? My wife.
Thank you. I had such a wonderful
looks
week.
Fabulous at 60. God has been good to us.
Yes,
and
he has.
how wonderful it is to bring this spotlight. Doesn't she look actually today we're spotlighting what they call it, over 50 model.
Beautiful.
A beautiful woman who at 50 years old, over 50 years old, well, y'all women forgive me. I get tongue-tied when we start talking about numbers because I got 6 sisters to a certain age, and you say, that's not the limit.
Exactly.
You don't cut it off.
We're not done.
Yeah, we're not done. There's still beauty here. There's still things that you can glean from and that you can see. It is wonderful. So today we get to spotlight Miss Kim Young.
Yay! I'm super excited. Welcome to the show.
Hello. It's such a joy to be here. Good to see you guys again. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yes.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, last time we were together, we were flying to Punta Cana, the place I probably never go again. So if y'all viewing me in Punta Cana, y'all almost killed me.
It was a whole situation.
Yeah, it was a whole situation. I got to think about it. Maybe y'all can send me some type of incentives to try to get me back to visit y'all. But I'm open. So we're airing in Punta Cana too. So if y'all listen in Punta Cana, I need y'all to flood me with gifts and things like that. Try to encourage me to come back.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it was a wonderful trip. But so, Miss Kimberly Jo Young.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanna start talking about. Let me just preface it with a question. What were you involved in? Were you involved in modeling before 50?
Absolutely. I think it all started in high school. I was on a dance team, and the dance team also had a modeling component to it. Mm-hmm. So I was on that, and then I did some separate stuff, very local, nothing real fabulous. Up until I was probably about 24. I think that was the last time I did anything, any runway or anything, after I had my first child.
Okay.
And after that, I had done nothing. I just got out of the game. I was raising 2 kids, had a family, so I didn't have time for it, so to speak. I decided to get back into it after I guess it was about 2016. Mm-hmm. Someone I know, I saw a local show being given. Well, let me backstory. It's a lot of breast cancer in my family history.
Okay.
My mother died from it. My sister was diagnosed with it when she was 50.
Okay.
So she's a two-time survivor. So I have an affinity for it.
Wow.
And there's a passion. And when I saw this fashion show by a local designer who was doing Runway for a Cure DC, I decided to just jump out there again.
Exactly. And that's what kicked you back into the game.
Yeah, that's what kicked me back into the game. Nervous as I was. I don't think I was I 50 yet? Yeah, I had just turned 50. So
okay.
Yeah, I decided to jump back out and into the pool to see if I could swim.
That's wonderful.
There you are. It appears you're swimming well.
You're swimming well.
You're swimming well.
You're in the Olympics now. Awesome. So you jumped back in as a result of a breast cancer cause.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is a great.
Yeah, I walk in honor of my mother, in memory of my mother, and in honor of my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a wonderful, wonderful reason.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Passion will lead us to do different things and reignite things in us. So we first want to give a shout out to all the breast cancer survivors.
Exactly.
And say, you're doing well. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. You got this. You won this. I have cancer that runs in my family. Done taken several women out, including my mom, and everything. So it is definitely something to be passionate about.
It's a cause. Yeah.
Cancer is definitely real, especially in the Black community. It's prevalent in the Black community and among our Black women and men. But we really, 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 if you take the time to think about those you love and those who are not here, will push us into doing things that we're sitting around trying to figure out things to do, and those who do it and will be happy to do it but can't do it. So we do it for them. We do it for those who have survived, and that's a great cause. That's a great cause, definitely.
It really, really is. So, tell us how being a 50 plus model has affected your life. I mean, you get into a certain age in life, and things that used to bother you don't anymore. Things that used to did not matter to you now do. So, talk about the importance of not letting an age stop you from fulfilling your dreams.
Actually, it's allowed me to release a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Even though I still, before a show or before a shoot, I get extra nervous. Like I'm even nervous now. But
you're among friends.
I know. It's even allowed me to, release a lot of that energy that I shouldn't be holding on to anyway. So it's allowed me to be a lot freer than what I used to be.
Right.
So, and like you said, it's for a cause. Most times it is for a cause. Anything that's not for a cause that I'm doing freelance on my own, it's for my own well-being.
Exactly.
It's amount of freedom. Once I get behind the camera, it's so much fun and meet new people. I'm not very social, but I am kind of social, but it lets down all those inhibitions. So.
Exactly. So you want to give a shout out to your photographer?
I don't have one particular photographer. I do have one that I'm close to that shoots me all the time.
Really?
And his name is John Wardell. He's always wanting to do collabs with me, but there's no one particular photographer. I've had people reach out to me on Instagram that I have no idea who they are or where they came from, which has been amazing to me. And within the last 6 months, I think December, I've been picked up by 2 agencies.
Wow.
One here in DC and one in Philly.
That's beautiful.
And that was shocking.
So,
I was surprised.
You were surprised. You were shocked because they picked up on beauty. They picked up on class. It's something when people see things in you that you don't see. Things that you passed up, and everybody has this. Well, I can't say everybody has it now because people's mindset is changing. People all have this idea of what a model should be, what a model should look like, what age you should stop modeling, and all this type of things, which is not the case anymore. It's not the norm. We understand life goes on at every age, and every age brings about excitement. It brings about a new challenge to us as we grow into these years, instead of sitting back.
Right.
We get a chance to look and say, well, maybe now that I slowed down a little bit, maybe I can hit the runway.
Live out loud with my dreams.
Maybe I can live out loud. Maybe I can have some fun in front of a camera. Yeah.
Exactly. And I started within my Instagram page putting a hashtag, the next over 50 model, not even really thinking it was going to manifest. Even to this small degree, it has manifested, and I'm just grateful. And I've had a few people, really close people in my life, to speak it over my life. And I'm just like, okay, see, you all are seeing something I don't see. But thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, you saw my hashtags, you know.
I love you. I'm gonna have to start incorporating those hashtags.
Yeah.
Love it. Hashtag Billboard Beauty here. Come on now. I love it. I love
Those
it.
were great. Those were great.
I do see you reaching far, further than what you have so far. I do see you doing way more than what you ever could have imagined in this arena. Because I mean,
I received that.
I
may be a little skeptical, but I receive it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The photographs are just phenomenal. They are phenomenal. You are a beautiful subject, as they say, a beautiful subject behind the camera. So you're doing wonderful.
Yeah. We're going to take a little short commercial break. And guess what? Then we're going to be right back.
Be right back.
Here we go. Welcome back. We're
Welcome
back
back.
here with Kimberly Young, the over 50 plus. I got to get this right. 50 plus model, runway models. Yeah. 50 plus. Yeah, I tell y'all trip me up. I'm telling you,
He's having a hard time.
I'm having a hard
your age.
Well,
Don't struggle with it. Don't struggle with it.
yeah,
I'm okay.
I got, like I said, I got 6 sisters, and when it comes down to
None of them look their age.
when that comes down to talking about age and stuff like that, I know how women get and everything, but and again, like she said, I got some beautiful sisters
Absolutely.
who really don't look their age, who in their own could be runway models, but a lot of people
Amen.
just don't step out to do it. We think that people are being polite. When they say, "Oh, you're beautiful," we think people being polite when they do all these things, but age has a way of seasoning us in
I'm
life.
telling you.
Season us just for the appetite of those things, especially when we're moving.
Right.
And we're going into areas where we can influence people.
Absolutely. So, Kim, I know that you are a woman of faith. So, how do you attribute your the opportunities that are coming to you for modeling as a part of God's plan for your life?
Yes, I do. And again, I'm just being real transparent. I'm not skeptical, but there's some part of me that's unsure that everything that is being I don't want to say thrust upon me, but laid before me. Yeah. If it is of God, and I often pray before a shoot or when I put a picture out there, you know, God, whatever you want this to be, just let it be. I'm open. If nothing comes from it, I'm okay with that too. So it does play an important part in what I do and what I put out there, and even who I decide to shoot with.
Absolutely.
I vet them as much as I can, because I just don't want to be with, you know, shooting with any old person. Because if I get a bad vibe from it, I'm leaving. I just
Right.
I don't
That is
may
absolutely
not be
true.
involved.
That is a good policy to have. I mean, because in the modeling arena, there are so many negativities that could come along with that. So you have to remain vigilant about who you connect with. You have to make sure that your alliances are right for you. You know,
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a predatory field.
Yeah.
But you know, when you got God and God is leading you, you know, as long as we trust Him, He'll lead us to the right
to
people.
the right people.
Of course, there's always choices put before us, you know, right and wrong. But mostly God put choices before us that are going to do us good when we inquire of Him, especially when we're going into new areas and things like that. You know, we use our wisdom, and it's good to be a 50-plus model because we got 50-something years of wisdom.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I didn't get these gray hairs for nothing.
Right. So you've been out there long enough to pick it up right away. This ain't right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see
The
the game
will
before.
kick in a heartbeat.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I make it a point on my Instagram and my Facebook pages to let people know I am a woman of faith. So I'm going to have a scripture here, an inspirational quote. So if you're looking at my body of work, you see that incorporated as well. So there's no misunderstanding.
Absolutely.
Right.
Perfect. I know that's right.
And that's good. That's always good. You know, Sarah was old before she had her child, and beyond those years, and what they told her was impossible became possible for her.
Right.
The thing about Sarah is, and I like that the Bible often mentions about Sarah, and Sarah was a beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
She was so beautiful that at 70-some years old, king of the country decided that he was going to make her his. You know, so God makes some beautiful women.
Absolutely.
It's no wonder that people go after them, because God doesn't play with God don't play with us. He make us whole and beautiful.
His choices.
And his choices. And those things, because we have that life, we display that life. So there's some certain things that others can't bring to the camera that you can bring to the camera.
Absolutely.
Because the camera not only picks up what's physical, the camera has a way of encapsulating a little deeper into the spirit of a person.
Yeah, it does.
You know, so
Never thought about it that way.
Never
thought about it.
That's some food for thought.
I'm a chew on that one for a while.
Yeah, I've always loved photographs, and as my husband said, because I really do see the exterior, but I see a little deeper when I look at pictures. You know, sometimes I can look at a picture and you can see a person is troubled.
Right.
You know, pictures, whatever you're feeling, it captures that. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I would agree. I would agree.
Take that into your next shoot and see what happens.
There's been so many photographers, people who just try to get me to smile all the time, because I just never really did. And my life where I wasn't that happy. So what am I smiling for? Why am I walking around smiling? Why am I doing that? Right. Now they can't get me to stop smiling.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and that's the way it's supposed to be. We supposed to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
You know, they have a tendency of saying we should be winding down. No, we're winding up.
That's right.
We're just winding up.
Yeah, just getting started.
At 50, you know, young wine is made to be drunk off of.
Uh-huh.
Old wine is made to be sipped and savored.
Sipped and savored.
There it is.
You see what I'm saying? So we have to be who we are after we're seasoned. We're just not to be gunked down.
Exactly.
So we don't go for the fast things and those things because life has taught us things to slow down enough. And when we slow down enough, people can really see the beauty. And there are ladies who are watching this show that have crossed that line, as they think that 50 is it and they're going downhill. It's not it. It's just the start.
Exactly.
Remember when we used to think 50 was old? When we were younger, we thought 50 was old.
We used to think that.
Yes, and people now say to me, you know, you look good for a 50-year-old, well, or 55-year-old almost to be. I'm like, so what's a 55-year-old person look like? I don't understand.
Exactly.
What's that person look like?
Well, you know, that's the way it was when we were young. 55 was old.
It definitely looked different
because we couldn't even see 55.
Yeah.
You know, we were too busy living our lives and doing what we were doing. 55 seemed so far away, based upon the life we had to live when we were 35, 25. Yeah, 55 was old.
It was.
But
literally, it really did look different.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we were young.
Indeed.
50 really did look different. You know, so I thank God for how, you know, He is restoring our youth and our energy, you know, at 50 plus.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
We're living in a great time.
We are.
You know, 50 back in my mom's day and my grandma's day, a life had wore them out. Especially a black woman with the work and all the things that they had to do and all the troubles that they had, you know, 50, if they made it to 50.
Yeah.
You know, it was a hard thing, but yet and still they were some beautiful women, but they could not see it because they were suffering from so many things, so many life letdowns and things like that. We have a tendency now to grasp those things. And we have gotten to the point where we can accept the things that we've failed at and become better at them.
Become better at it. Yep.
So we
learn from it and grow.
It's a mindset that we have now that allows us to be more jubilant at these ages that we are now.
Absolutely.
Yes, I like jubilant. That's a great word.
Yeah, jubilant with y'all old people.
Yeah. Right. So we don't even need Geritol no more.
I know.
Do they still make it?
I don't even know.
Right.
I'm glad now that I'm at this age. You don't need to hear about it.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Exactly. So we're gonna take another really quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Life can be hectic and sometimes overwhelming, but I know that my loved ones need me, the best version of me. That's why it's important for me to take time to sit with my thoughts and clear my mind. Because before I can care for anyone else, I have to care for myself. Self-care is essential.
And we're back. Thank you so much for joining us. So listen, one of the things that the Authentically You imprint show, one of the foundations of this show is to talk to people about about people being authentic in their space and who they have been created to be. And as we were talking about before the commercial, about how, you know, age should not be a limit. It should not be a ceiling for us in pursuing our dreams and our passions. So for the person who is about to turn 50 or about to turn 60, speak to that person, Kim, and encourage them to still follow their dreams.
Oh, wow. That puts me on the spot. I don't know. I guess I could say, you know, release all the negativity. Anything that seems like it's an obstacle, let it go, because it holds back that freedom that you feel, you know, whether it be in God, whether it be in whatever you're passionate about. Just release all that negative energy. And it took a while for me to do it.
Right.
But once I got to it, it's not stopping me now. I'm going to step out there and try to do the best I can,
Yeah.
with what I got. And that's all I can do.
That's all you can do, right?
Right. Like after raising, what you say, 2 kids, right?
2 kids.
After raising 2 kids, going over 50, you know, it's evident that there are things in life that, you know, that you shut down, you know, just to raise your kids and then do those things. But, you know, there are things that you're doing now over 50. And I don't know whether it was the modeling that pushed you out to go out there and seek your master's degree after all this time, but even the feat that you're doing is no small thing.
Not a small
After so many years deciding to go back and finish something that your heart had desired. Tell us about it.
Well, actually pandemic brought that on.
Okay.
So I initially, I think it was 5 years ago now, when my daughter went back to get her master's, I said I would go back and get mine. Well, life happened, the divorce happened, a whole bunch of the other things happened. So I never went back. When pandemic hit, I said, I'm here, I'm in the house. I don't have a family to take care of now since it's just me. So it's not 4 of us in the house. I don't have to be concerned about everyone else. So I decided to, you know, go ahead and get my master's. I had time. I was sitting in the house, and that's how I got there. So it was a pretty easy decision. I was even surprised when I was accepted so easily. And because, you know, my undergrad grades weren't the best. I made it out. That's all that's important. So I was concerned that they wouldn't even accept me, but same day application, I was accepted the same day.
Wow.
Hey,
I said nothing but God.
Exactly.
Had to do that. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
That's wonderful. The college never requires you to be the best student. All it requires you to do is be a student and complete.
Exactly.
And we all complete at different levels, and different. The optimum thing is to complete. And you've done that even with your undergrad. So you've done a lot more than many people have done. And it's just encouraging to hear people after reaching a certain stage and after going through things in life, pull it together to focus on themselves and do something for themselves. Like you're doing with the modeling, and like you're doing with your master's degree and other things you've been involved in and put off. But then again, you know, you've been keeping yourself busy because, I mean, simply, you didn't just decide you was going to go back and get your master's because you didn't have anything to do.
Right.
You know,
That's true.
Because, I mean, really, you're a busy woman. You don't just, you haven't just been doing nothing and decided to go to school because you've been very busy. You've been modeling, although the pandemic hit and it has not been as busy. You've been doing things simply because now we know that you have your own beauty line.
Yes.
So if you have that, that's not like you're sitting at home saying, oh, I got nothing to do. I'm twiddling my fingers. So let me just go back to school. Let me just get this done. No, tell us about your beauty line.
The beauty line came as a result of, and it's the skincare line. Not that that's not beauty too, but it came as a result of probably about 8 years ago. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, which is thyroid disease. So after researching all of that, I knew then that I wanted to do as natural based as I possibly could. That included what I ate, what I put on my skin, not necessarily, you know, clothes and leather and all. I didn't go that far, but it was all about my health. So once I was diagnosed with that, I corrected that naturally without having to go. Well, I did go on the synthetic drugs for a minimal amount of time because they told me if I didn't take them, I would die. And I was like, well, I don't believe that. So I found natural alternatives.
Good.
So that brought on the skincare line. And just because I like different scents and I don't necessarily like store-bought things, and I've never really worn perfumes because I didn't like most of the scents. So that brought on skincare, which I do body butters and oils and scrubs, and everything's all natural.
Awesome.
I make them right here in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I buy all organic or natural essential oils. Everything's organic or natural, and I make it all myself right here in my kitchen.
That is beautiful.
So you make it all there, but what is the name of your line?
Yeah.
La Vie Concept. And La Vie is a Haitian French word that means life.
Life.
And that's what my products are. It's all about enhancing your life, enhancing your skin, because 69% of what we put on top of our skin is absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to put chemicals on my skin and knowing I'm absorbing all those bad chemicals.
That's
so
true.
La Vie Concepts was born from that.
Beautiful.
La Vie, life. That's
love
wonderful.
it.
That's wonderful.
Right. So what is your website? Give us your website address.
My website address is www.lavieconcepts, all one word, LAVICONCEPTS.com.
Awesome.
Very easy to find.
Wow.
Awesome.
Listen,
That is so wonderful.
that's wonderful. Listen, go check her out.
Yeah.
You see it right there on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Go check her out. You know, go order the smallest product there is. Try it out.
Just check it.
You know, listen, if
We have
everybody
sample sizes you can order.
listen, go ahead on the line, check it out. Listen, we are in 175 countries across the world. And the internet will get you anything.
Exactly.
So you
Amen.
can type in and you can go there, you can visit, and you can try these products.
Yeah.
Listen, only way we're going to keep our thing together is for us to be together.
Yeah.
And for us to support small businesses, women who are out there doing fantastic things, who are moving on with their life and got business. Nobody's asking for a handout.
That's right.
Nobody's asking for it. Matter of fact, we're trying to sell you life.
Life.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
We're trying to give you life out there. And the only thing we're asking is a small part because she has to make it and everything else. But listen, support. And listen, if I get 1 million people try one thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
That would be a blessing upon blessings, Andy.
Yeah, that would be a total blessing. Listen, so you do your part.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the other ones in that million. You do your part, and you're the one that start that, and then we can blow this business up. And the business is life. Life, bye.
So tell us about some of your products, though. You say you do body butters.
All of the body butters they're all shea butter, coconut oil, and almond oil based.
Okay.
Everything that I use to scent them are all essential oils. Everything has a medicinal purpose.
Yeah.
So I have frankincense and myrrh, which is good for people who have eczema and psoriasis. It helps. They're antimicrobial. I have another body butter that has lemon and oranges in it, and basil, which is also antimicrobial. Then you get your vitamin C from the citrus. So everything I make has some sort of medicinal quality or property to it. Not only does it smell good, but it's good for you too.
Right.
Wow.
Does the label tell you those medicinal properties?
It does not. It does give you the ingredients. My website, some of the products do have the description as far as what they do.
Excellent.
You would love the Medicine Woman, Chris.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone who has the Medicine Woman scrub loves it. It's very relaxing. It has eucalyptus and lemon in it.
Yeah.
You can use it too, Andy. You probably
I was wondering, is this woman what's gonna happen if I
Everything is unisex except for the beard balm. I make that strictly for men.
Exactly.
All right.
Only male product.
I can't wait to try it. Awesome. So do you also have lotions, not lotions, shower gels or something like that? Soap?
I have not gotten to soaps or shower gels yet. I do have face cleansers that have charcoal in them, which are good for detoxifying your skin.
Yeah.
So I have a scrub and a cleanser for your face.
Okay.
I don't have anything other than, no soaps or anything like that yet.
Okay.
I can't seem to get around to it yet.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Well, how old is the business? When did you start doing this?
It started out at first as I was making, and I still do upon order only, gemstone beaded bracelets.
Okay.
And it started out it's only I only do it for men for the most part,
Right.
because they're less picky than women, and
Yeah.
I found that most of my clientele were men, because when I made jewelry for myself, more men gravitated to it because I guess I like more manly jewelry. But anyway, so that's how I gravitated just the name over to the skincare product.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So it started in about 2016 or so.
Okay. So, but you don't have any of the jewelry on your website, do you?
No, because it's only it's by word of mouth, and people who already have bought from me, they know I make it.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Somebody
I'm sorry, Andy. I can make you a bracelet, though. I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It is wonderful to have people doing exciting things
Exactly.
and people doing things that are out of the ordinary that they normally would not do. But crisis has a way of creating creativity in
Right.
people. So you go through things in life, you think that little thing that you're doing means nothing, but you find yourself doing it well.
Exactly.
And then you find people asking you, well, how did you do that? How could I get this, or whatever the case may be? Guess what? That's how businesses are born.
That's how it's born.
Right.
That's how it's born. You were sitting there wondering what you was going to do, feeling hopeless, feeling useless, and you got something right in your hand right now that you've been fiddling with and doing that somebody else like. Your problem is that you don't believe that others will like it. If God given you that unique gift, take it and try it.
Absolutely.
Put it out there. See what happens. See what grows from that. You're not losing a thing. Matter of fact,
Right.
the only thing you're losing is an opportunity to see life open up for you. Open up for you. Every great business to start with a small idea.
Yeah.
A small
Right.
idea. And God will have us to be independent, and He will have us to be. He wants us to prosper.
Exactly.
He wants us to prosper. Not everybody is destined to be poor. I know that I wouldn't do good for.
No, I wouldn't either, Andy.
It does not look well on
I've
us.
tried it. I've been there, and God has blessings for us, and that is not to say that being poor is bad. Wherever you are, you're definitely not poor. What I'm saying to you is try something different. That thing that you in your mind, that thing you've been doing, is your key to creativity. Is your key to freedom. Is your key out of poverty. And everywhere is yours to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
And guess what? It makes no difference if you're over 50. I heard you. You're saying I'm too old for that. You're not too old for that.
Not
We're
at
sitting
all.
here talking to a 50-plus model.
Exactly.
Exactly. One who's modeling, one who's finishing up her master's degree, at the same time running a skincare business. Tell me, what's holding
Working full time, raising a puppy.
Yeah, working full time, got a dog in the house.
I love it. It's never too late, and you're never too old. That's the bottom line.
That's it.
That's the bottom line.
That is it. And listen, we're approaching these ages as we go. You know, I'm getting a little older. Look, just a little.
Every day.
Every day. And we have to find things to keep us motivated.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't get motivated, then we're sitting in our homes, as they say, waiting on God.
Yeah. And that's no good for anybody.
That's no good.
Nothing.
That's no good for anybody, because regardless of it, he's going to come and get us when it's time to get us. Meanwhile, he say occupy, and then he didn't put an age limit on it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put a retirement age on it. So we just got to keep going. Listen, we're going to take another commercial break, and we're going to be right back.
Right back.
What is it that inspires passion? That thing that keeps us from thinking that we know it all, but instead makes us say, I have to know more. What is it that makes us keep trying after we've fallen time and time again? It's the thing that makes us smile after we finally figured it out. When what used to be difficult is now second nature. It's the joy of knowing our hard work was not in vain, but instead has made us better as people. It's the beauty of learning.
We back.
Hello, welcome
back.
This has been a very invigorating conversation with Kim, and just recognizing that we're never too old to follow our passions. Never too old to do that. And so, you know, a lot of us often think that there's so many people already doing what I want to do.
Yep.
You know, there's so many people that out there already, you know, on a talk show. There's so many people already doing modeling. There's so many people already out there making their own skincare products.
Yep.
The thing that is most important is that what is it that you bring to it that no one else has?
Absolutely.
You know,
I've considered exactly that, especially when it comes to the skincare products, because the market is saturated. But a little bit by little bit, I'm still pushing it out there the best I can right now.
Right.
So I haven't given up yet.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with being like almost like a boutique type person, you know, a specialist, you know, in what you're doing. And the thing is, that's how you become better at it. That's how you become the expert. As you are honing that product, as you are honing what it is that you do.
Yeah, we do a lot of things, and a lot of people do everything we do. There's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new.
Nothing new under the sun, but the successful ones are those who remain, keep doing it. Because even though the market's flooded, most people get into it just to try it.
Yeah.
The flood waters has a tendency to recede.
Right.
You know, and it's what's left that's important after the waters recede. So if we remain stable in what it is we're doing, and we know it's our passion, we love doing it. Guess what? It might be 50 bars of beauty soap sitting there, but mine is going to sit there. And when all of them gone, someone going to have to eventually
still gonna
pick up mine.
Yep.
And when they pick that up, I'm going to put another one down there. When they pick that up, I'm going to put another one down there. And before long, the other ones began to dissipate because they was just in the market because the market was there.
Yes.
And then you find that you had...
And that, I'm sorry, that happened during pandemic. We were hard pressed to get ingredients. We were hard pressed to get supplies because everyone was doing just that because everyone was home.
Right.
So we got a flood of entrepreneurs, you know, taking up all our supplies. Well, I'm not mad, but you know.
Yeah, but you have.
I hadn't even considered that.
You have to stay because whatever you're doing is authentically you. Period. And there's a market.
It has your fingerprint.
There's a market for you.
Exactly.
And the good thing about the market for you and for those of us who are believers and believe that God has his hand on what we do is that we can stay simply because we know, and it's not fair, but God favors us.
Right.
God, and if God favors you, and if you are a child of God, hang in there. Just hang in there. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on putting it out there. Keep on going back, as they say. Don't give up because you know you had a couple of failures, couple of setbacks, because you had a couple of few bars of soap filling up your counter.
It's all good.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Hang in there, because one one face wash by somebody could change your whole life forever.
Can be the pivot point.
And can be the pivot point and can market you all over the place. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. You got places like Walmart. You got places like other who are now picking up young entrepreneurs who are out there doing business, who just hung in there. And they too young to have hung in there too long. But they hung in there and someone tried their product.
Yes.
And then another company came in and began to market, and you could go into Walmart and buy products from people who began to make their products at home.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely.
Isn't that promising? Isn't that something to hold on to? Isn't that something to pray for?
Exactly.
Huh?
Hey,
even at our age, there's hope.
There is.
And I think that's the thing that the real point that I wanted to bring forward tonight was the fact that, we reach a certain age and all of a sudden we think, well, I didn't do this when I was 20 and 30 or 40, so maybe I should just not even think about it now. I mean, that happened to me when I wrote my first book. I'm thinking, okay, all these years, you past 50 now, and here you are ready to write a book, really? And guess what? I wrote the book. And that was the beginning, of doing those things that I thought I was too old to do.
Yeah, the book.
You have so much more to say now, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, book turned into Midweek Motivation. Midweek Motivation turned into Authentically You in print. And now you're on TV in 176 countries around the world. Ain't that something?
All because I decided to take that step out and write that book.
Small beginning. Small beginning.
Absolutely.
A step of faith.
And that's exactly
and
what
then
I
you
see.
can keep going on, going on. Listen, we keep pushing this thing because just like anything, just like I told you, I'm waiting for the network to call me and syndicate me.
Yes.
We're on a small station everywhere, but we believe that God has his hand on us and have his hand on us doing these interviews, spotlighting people until one of the huge networks picks us up. Thank God. I hope they get here quick so I can make a decision as to which one I'm gonna go with. But nevertheless, we hold out hope that nothing's too late.
Absolutely.
And even if we started for the next generation to pick it up.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Absolutely. And so, the whole point of today's spotlight is to shine the light on you, Kim, because you decided that, no, I'm not going to continue to sit back in the wings and look at things and look at other people doing what they, feel passionate about. I'm going to get back into the lane and do what I feel passionate about, and not only model, but I'm going to start making my own skincare products. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
Yep, it was definitely a leap of faith. I just stepped out there and did it.
And you're enjoying every step of the way.
Yeah, I am. I'm having fun doing it. At first it was nerve-wracking, like I said, but I'm having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, as they say, step off the cliff. If God got you, you're gonna float. You step right to there. If he don't, you ain't gotta worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's done. But each time we find that God carries us, and we find ourselves riding the wind.
Just because we trusted him with another step.
Just another step. And right after making that step, you got another foot. Take the next step.
Awesome.
It was a series of leaps. Let me tell you, even before I got to this point, it was a series of leaps. I think I shared with you all, when we were on the trip, the situation I had just come out of. So it's been a series of leaps.
Exactly. And another, I think another springboard, another stepping stone, another launching pad for us is to really realize that we're worth it. The effort to the effort to follow our dream, the effort to step out and do something that we're passionate about, we're worth that. We're worth it. So there's so many times we sit back and think that somebody else does it so much better than me. So why even put forth that effort when we start doing some self-care and we realize that we really are worth it, then all of a sudden doors start opening for us. The opportunities start coming to us, and we're able to make some different choices in our life. Yeah.
And they don't stop.
And they don't stop.
They
They
don't
just
stop.
keep coming.
They just keep coming.
I'm looking for those blessings on blessings. Trust me.
They coming. Number
Yeah,
one, they
exactly.
coming because the people get ready to order up your product.
Right.
So now,
Andy, slow down. It's just me making this stuff now. I don't have helpers.
well, all you gotta do is take another leap. That's just another leap.
Okay.
That's
Get that
just
team together.
another leap. Take that leap. The man will bring it about.
Yes.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Man.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, this has been a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We're going to take another short commercial break. And after we take this break, we're going to have final words from Kim Young.
Yes, right after this next commercial, we'll be back.
Welcome back. Here we are.
Listen, we've had a wonderful conversation with Kim Young today, our 50-plus model, our skincare creator,
Yes.
and going back for her master's degree. So before we close tonight's spotlight, we want to give the floor to you, Kim, to leave parting words to our watching and our listening audience.
Those are some big shoes to try to fill to give parting words, and I just hope that in some way that I can be an inspiration to someone.
Absolutely.
Even if it's in the smallest things. I don't fancy myself to be any above anyone else. Mm-hmm. So I'll just say, just take the leap. Mm-hmm. It won't cost you anything. You have nothing to lose if you didn't already have it before. Your freedom and your worth is so much worth it, and it'll bring you the greatest amount of peace.
Absolutely.
And that is probably the biggest thing I've gotten out of every leap I've taken, is the amount of peace that I've gotten behind each and every step.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
awesome.
That is wonderful. Listen, we want to say to all the ladies and men out there who are over the age of 50, feeling that they were missed out, feeling that they missed opportunities and missed all this stuff, no matter what you've been through. It doesn't make a difference what you've been through. If you're still breathing, you have an opportunity. It all has to do with opportunity and attitude. If with the right attitude, you can change the world.
Absolutely. I love it.
With the right attitude, you can change the world. With the right attitude, you can force opportunity. But if we lie back and say that we're done, if we lie back and say the last thing we went through, it wiped us out. If we say that divorce crushed me, if we say my kid's leaving and I'm by myself, crushed me, all this, listen, God has a purpose for us in each stage of our life, no matter what we've been through. Our test is only a testimony when we go through it.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So get through it to figure out what your testimony is. Your testimony will be great if you can overcome that negative spirit that has come over you, that negativity that says you can't do it, that lie that the devil speaks to you to say you have reached past your prime and that you're no good for nothing. That's a lie. You are perfect for God's use right now where you are. Step out and do something different, something positive, and make a change in your life.
Absolutely.
No matter where you are, even if it's to take up the cause of someone else. As Kim said, she got into the modeling because of the breast cancer that's in her family, the friends and her family who have lost their life and who some have survived and struggled through it. But you can always, if you don't figure out a cause, step into somebody else's cause.
Yeah.
and be a defender for a while, and you'll find yourself finding your purpose.
Exactly.
And listen, God has purpose because guess what? There's nobody else like you on the face of the earth. How do I know? Because God gave you a unique fingerprint that no one else can duplicate. No one else can, no matter what they do, they cannot duplicate your fingerprint.
One of you.
Your fingerprint. It's only one of you out of all of everybody else.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much, Kim, for joining us tonight and allowing us the privilege to spotlight you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
It has been a complete joy and a complete pleasure. And so as we close tonight, what we always tell people is to continue to make this your season, to live out your reason.
Listen, be authentically you.
The question on the table is, how will you leave your imprint on this world? Thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world? Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you.